stream. Just going to walk you through some iClone and Unreal tips here. I was kind of experimenting the other day, and last night I was trying to look into the animation side. I think it's going pretty well for the most part. I kind of ran into a little headache at the moment. So let me just go and pretty well mute this here. Perfect. If anyone has any questions, let me know. I built this little set. There's an Unreal marketplace sale going into next week. There's a couple of sets that I think it's worth noting. Let me go find this subway. Hello there, Sphinx. How you doing? There's a couple of sales that I'm working on I've been looking at content packs. If anyone wants to know where this subway set comes from, I'm going to show you. Here you go. So this subway station comes from somebody named Deepali, and let me just give you the link here for the pack here. I think it's like $7 or something. Not too bad. There's a lot of detail here if you want to build a set. I'm still kind of going through a lot of the decal work. Show you how to do this in Unreal 5. I know that there's a couple of tips I might go through right now. Well, let's actually go through the sale and I'll show you what I recommend. So, unfortunately, Ultra Dynamic Sky is not on sale yet. Yeah, it looks like it's not on sale. It's 40. Well, I'll let you know when it's on sale. It's definitely worth the purchase. The other one here, this one is a very useful set. I haven't used it. I mean, I use it a lot. I haven't used it in this particular project, but I use it in quite a few. Yeah, the same guy also has a really good Downtown Alley set. If you're interested, I'll provide a link to that too. It's $14.99. A lot of detail if you really want to make something like this. I'll give you guys the link here. Really good set. I'll have to find like what's worth looking into. But this one here is one of my tools that I like to use. It's the Downtown City pack here. I think it's $140 right now, but it's a procedural. You can actually make like a whole city block using procedural, and it's very customizable, and has like all street lamps and such. You can also use the free city, the vehicles that are given by Epic Games. Really useful, I think. They use it quite a lot. You've seen it in comments, you've seen it, and I have it in a couple of movies ahead. So basically, you just drop a little. I think I have it around here. Actually, do I have this pack here? Did I install it? No, not in this one. Basically, what you do is it gives you a little procedure here, and then you can determine how many floors, and it's a click of a mouse, and that's your building. He also has a background as well. Very useful. I'm gonna say it's just a little bit pricey. I guess it's $140, but compared to stuff that you see in Real Illusion, like there's a city pack that he sold for like $200 at one point, and this thing just is so much more customizable and a lot more accessible and easier to use, I think, than any of those city packs you've seen from iClone. Well worth it. A couple other things here. Let me go see what the sale is. Let's have a look here. What's else on sale? A lot of animation work. If you want to get mocap online, that's half off. There's let's go see if there's any good environment stuff. This one here looks pretty interesting if anyone's into this. Ooh, actually I might look into this. I might look into this myself just because of that right there. You know. So that's 36. I'll probably keep an eye on that one too. Let's see. I'll look into that one. So it's till June 3rd, so we have plenty of time to look into that. Go and see. I think, and this is something I've kind of pointed out a couple of times, I find that Unreal filmmaking is a lot cheaper than iClone. I know some people were kind of lamenting about the cost of characters and the export license and everything, but once you really get into it, once you kind of know what Unreal works with and what to play around with, you can probably make films a lot cheaper now since that iClone its pipeline. It's a lot cheaper to do in Unreal because you have a lot more tools, there's a lot more accessibility. Not only that, but it's a lot easier to do the set design in Unreal. This itself was, I mean, you have Quixel Mega Scans here. So let's say if I want a decal, and I'm looking for, let's go with a crack. You know, something like this, and I can just download it in 5. And this is how you do it. This is how to, if anyone wants to learn about set dressing in Unreal, I've had a couple of people ask me about this. I'll show you how to do it. You just go, you got to make sure you also, it's very important if you don't have a Quixel account connected to Unreal, it's free. And there we go, just add, and now it's in my project. And now, the decal here is going to be, I'm going to have to flip it 90 degrees, so we'll just hide that there. Okay. Not only that, but I also have to determine the size of the decal, so I'm going to try 48. There we go. And then I'm going to just lock it in. And kind of just decrease the size of this just a little bit. And there we go. And there, you got yourself a nice decal. And actually, I might add this a couple of times here, just kind of overlay it, do a lot of cracks. There's graffiti as well. I've been working on that. You see, a lot of this is decal work. It's not too intensive. Kind of taking some blood spatter and kind of adjusted the texture a bit, so it looks like it's a rain puddle. Oh, hello, Ran. Let's see here. Yeah, I think this is good for the most part, but yeah, I'm going to get some pipes up here. I think I'll have to look and see what I have for pipes. Otherwise, I'll probably look at Quixel. Quixel has pipes, I believe. I'm going to probably do some more decal work along the sides here. Let me go start that right now. Yeah, it's quite a deal here, and you'll probably find that it's a lot easier to work with. I can actually design a set in a matter of hours compared to days. Often, I mean, there's quite a lot of interesting stuff. I did have like a bunch of tutorials, but I take them down. Usually, I'll probably save it for a video someday on how to do this more often. I'm still working with it. I do have a couple ideas here. There we go. Oh, no. Let's go with 128. And let's go with traders. Oh. So let's go here. And let's just apply this right there. So there's a nice little crack. Yeah. And if let's say if there's like a certain texture when it comes to let's say you have a mesh and you don't want it to have decals like a character. So let's bring in a character here. Let's just bring in another Harley. And I'll show you. So yeah, you can see where it like she has this decal over her. So it's pretty easy to fix. You go in the details, you just go to decal, and then receives decal and just uncheck it. Pretty easy. You'll find that with some props, anything with a mesh. So anything without a decal, just uncheck that. Pretty easy to do. So I'll probably add more of this patches here along the lines, and then probably more garbage decal here. Probably look into more decal along the lines here, some graffiti here, there. Next, I will actually go through. Let's see. I think I'm almost done with this set. I didn't really spend much time working on this, honestly. Like I said, I just find it a lot easier to work with than iClone. That's really the main reason why I go with Unreal than anything. It's just because of the set design. It's just so much easier. Are you using the FBX? Yes, I am. I was working with Sean and everybody last night on bringing in characters. Unfortunately, I ran into a bug, and I actually got it fixed now. I think I have a system which you can bring in iClone characters. It's taken me a while just to get used to it. So I'll just kind of go through it quickly, what I found out. I think Harley herself has an IP. Let's see. I don't think she does. Okay. Alright, so basically you need to create an IK rig. So let's just do the one here. My method is probably not going to work, and it's still an experiment. So Harley CC4, and I'm just going to select everything here, and then retarget chain, and I'm going to press OK as much as I want. Just go ahead. This is probably the wrong way to doing it, so I wouldn't follow this kind of advice. Okay. Looks like she has, it should be like 50-ish. 51, yeah, that's the right one. Okay, so she has everything, and now that I'm just going to set the retarget to that. And I'm going to save it. This might not work. So, there we go. I think I only have to do that once. So, let's just go and let's just make her go and sit and do random stuff like that. Yeah, it's a lot of clicking. Okay. And I'm just going to export this as... Can I export this? Everything's so different. I'm lazy. Alright. Fine, I'll just do the lazy way. Subway station. So let's see, asset actions. I'm going to export this. Let's just do this as an FBX. No collision. I don't really need it. No level of detail. We don't need that. Go into iClone here. In the meantime, I'll probably look up more graffiti here. Let's go see, yeah, messing with you, yeah. Should have a little thing about 15 minutes. I have to go and run a couple errands. Let's see. What else is in the marketplace? I've been looking around. The Subway set, I've been just getting stuff from my own movies, like, interesting. Let's go look at this. Do I see something for Red Strike? Ah. No. No, I'm gonna say no on that. Yeah, no. Let's see. Let's go with modular. Anything interesting on that one? Anything I can use? Oh, I did see something interesting. Judo. This one's $49.99. What's this? Let's see what this is. Exercise equipment. Okay. This is interesting. I don't know if I need this or not, but I'll keep an eye on it. I don't think so. It's my imported from Revolution. I can't assign animation to. Oh, yeah, I know what this is. I'll show you how to do this. So let's just bring in Harley for a second. I'll go through my method. Alright, so let's just go find Harley. I think I have a CC4 avatar somewhere. I think it's this one. Should. Yeah, this should be this one because it just released not too long ago. Oh yeah, let me go find it. That one was called Rogue Finisher. Let me go and... let's go find this one. Yeah, Downtown City Pack, if you can... It's definitely a lifesaver for me. I like using it. Oh, actually, no. I'll give you guys the link here. A lot of great... just a lot of stuff. Ooh, yeah, Yakuza. But let's see. Where did it go? You'll have to kind of adjust and... There we go. There we go. That's the one here. When you purchase animations off, do you port them into iClone or do you only use it on Unreal? Actually, what I'm doing right now is I'm importing the animation into iClone. That way I can do facial expressions and then bring it back into Unreal with my characters. That's what I've done for some gun animations. I don't really need this, but someone might. I just don't think I need it. The ones I'm looking for is actually. Let me go find. I'll show you what I have in my one of my carts right now. I'm looking at this one here. This one's not on sale, but I'm just kind of keeping an eye on it. I'll give you guys the link to this. There. I think he keyframed this. I'm not sure. I think also Frank's stuff is on sale. You need to characterize her. Yeah, dragon. Yeah. I'll have to like make a video showing how to do it. It's great stuff though. The guy's into professional wrestling. Great work. Absolutely great work. Anyway, let's see. Let's have Harley sit down. Did I? Where's my chair? Is it this one? Where did I put my chair? Where's my chair? Oh, I put it in the wrong spot. There you go. That's on my list. I need to get that. Alright, so let's see. 0, 0. And let's get Harley just to do a sitting animation. It's a great pack, I think. Oh, that one I've been keeping my eye on it. Because there's a lot of interest. Like, I plan to use it for production. I need to decrease the size of the chair, so when I bring it in, let's try it by 0.8, I think. Let's put 85-ish. Yeah, 85-ish will work. Okay, Rand, there's a couple of things you need to do. Most important one is you need to set up a Motion Plus file for your characters, especially if you're working with any output, Blender, Unity, Unreal. Doesn't matter. If you're bringing it out somewhere, you're going to have to bake the morphs. So especially if you do facial expressions, you're going to need to do it. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And also someone told me about an asset pack called Digital Soul. I gotta go get that. Especially for background characters, because I'm kind of lazy sometimes. So I'll have her like interact with the chair or something, but this is just kind of the lazy way. So she's not really poking at it. This is just a test animation. I'm not too worried, but when I go and do the production, I'm going to have to I'll kind of spend more time working with the, make sure that her elbow doesn't go through the door or the chair. Sorry. So I'm just gonna key it. Okay. Yeah, whatever. This is just to show you. This is just a very, very rough thing. I'm not going to bring this in. Probably delete the animation as soon as I'm done. So you go to collect clip, and then you just drag it, and then right click, and then you add Motion Plus to library. It's going to bake everything. So I'm going to go into Harley now, Harley Quinn, and then MP. I'm going to call it Test 2. Test 1 or Test 2. Okay. Going to just delete that. Going to just delete everything. Just remove the animation. And then we go back to MP and then Test. And it's going to have the animation baked. Of course, there we go. Right there. Of course, I'm just like, this is at a time, so I'll definitely do a lot more animation, but this just show you how to work with it, what you need to do. So I need to export as an FBX. I'll just do the 60. I just normally do 24 because I like to keep everything consistent. iClone allows you to actually animate in 24 frames per second, which is really nice. I'm going to export, and then we go into animation. Sorry, this is from my tutorial last night. she's rendering, getting all this set up. Yeah, one thing I'm kind of working with, I still like once I get a character animated, that's when I'm gonna set up the main lighting. And this is where I think Unreal and iClone start kind of there's a different process. iClone has much more hand holding when it comes to lighting. When Unreal allows you to you have to kind of think a little, like how do you set your lights a bit. iClone, there's already a light and everything for you. But Unreal doesn't really have that, especially when you're making new levels, so you have to kind of plan out your lighting. And that's really what separates good filmmaking, good iClone filmmakers from bad ones is the lighting. It was like people, I think like 95% of a lot of iClone shorts I've seen over the years just rely on default lighting, and people kind of struggle when they go into Unreal. I think I've seen a lot of bad lighting attempts. So this one, I'm just kind of slowly planning it out. Right now, I'm just kind of getting the set design. You kind of see I have rectangular lights for the light source here, and here. I had some point lights just to create some kind of atmosphere. I believe Renee has a great tutorial. Just go see like what he does for his lighting, like how he sets up his lights. He's a great lighting artist. He has videos around that kind of showcase what he does in iClone. He uses point lights. He kind of adjusts his image maps a bit, and I don't know. Mine's kind of similar to this. I kind of do this like this greenish color here, and then I would do blue lights, like blue fluorescent lights here, just to match. Now I did set up my camera, and a couple of people don't know this, but I'll just walk you through the camera. So this is my Anamorphic cinematic camera. I had the blueprint. Let me go find the blueprint here for anybody who doesn't know. We'll give you a link to it. It's a great thing to buy. Let me, where is it? It's $10, but I think it's well worth it. So, it gives you an anamorphic lens effect. Well, there's a little thing I'm doing here that many people are wondering is how do I get this bloom effect in Unreal? I get asked about that quite often, and I'll just kind of walk you through it. So in your camera component, so actually let me go make a new camera here and I'll show you. You don't even have to use this. So let's just get a camera. Sorry, let's go to Cinematic Cine Camera Actor. And I'm just going to pilot here. So if we just go through here, it doesn't really show the lights. It shows a bright material texture. And you also make sure it has a. I wish there was a. Let's see, what was it here? You're going to need to have a glow map or an emission map for this. Otherwise, it's not going to work properly, and you got to set it to a certain point. Which I'll kind of show you how to make one of these as soon as I get the camera. So let's start with the camera here. So I have a Cine Camera Actor. Then go down here, and this is your post process. You can also make a post process volume to do it too, which is pretty simple. But we're just going to do it for the camera. You can make one yourself. You can make a post process volume. It's easier. It depends on what you do. You can either do either or. But you go to lens, and then you go to bloom, and then there we go. Now I find the lens flare effect to be very distracting, and I don't personally like it too much. So I kind of go to convulsion. You can do standard, and I do 0.75. And then I go to my lens flares, and then I just change the intensity to 0.5. You can do up to 0.1 if you want, just a little bit, but I just find it a little distracting. So I kind of tone down the lens flare just a little bit. But that's how you kind of do it here. There's also a couple things you need to take consideration of. You can actually set your own shutter speed and ISO. So I do that. I kind of set my own exposure settings. So you go to metering mode, and then you go down here to manual. And then you can do exposure compensation. You can also add a little more contrast here. Shutter speed is important, especially if you're doing action scenes. I would definitely look into how setting the shutter like affects like quick movement and everything. Study on that. Study how like a real life camera operates, and play with the f-stop and kind of see what the difference is, because it will help you in your filmmaking. I don't really want to run through it because it will take me, like, I'll ramble about it for quite a bit of time. Lens flares here, and then you can actually send your own vignette. I'd say go for it. Better light than ever. There's quite a few iClone filmmakers who are trying that out. I saw someone in a Discord just release something recently. I don't really have much time, sadly, to do the better lights. But yeah, I would definitely like get used to lighting on this one. Unreal has a very powerful lighting setup. This here, it's not my best lighting, but I think it's like what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to just have a basic key light here, just to have her stand out a bit, and then there's going to be another character who's going to I'm probably going to have to hire an actor here just to read a script. Yeah, you see that decal work here. That's the decal thing. Don't mind about that. So I'm going to have to, like, once I get my animation right, I'm going to get, that's when I'll start setting up my character lighting. Right now I'm just doing set lighting right now. But it's pretty important in your storytelling. Depends on what you want to go for. I like to have, it's kind of important that you want your characters just to stand out a couple of stops higher than the background. You want them to stand out a bit. That way it catches the audience's attention. So I like to play around with contrast. Stuff like this, I like to just add a little bit of depth. I don't like to do even lighting for everything because it doesn't really work very well, and this is where I find a problem with iClone lighting, this default lighting setup where everything is just even and flat, and it just doesn't interest me as much. A set like this, when I get to play around with the lights a little more, I'm using like I said, this is Lumen, but you can see just a little bit down here. And maybe I could add some height fog or something, just a little bit, or some volumetric fog. I thought I might go with it. I don't know. I'll see if it works well or not. I just like adding a little bit of depth and contrast, and it kind of just makes the scene just pop out a little more and brings more attention. It makes it a little more cinematic, I think. And then once, like character lighting, I'm going to do like a slight key light. I'm just going to play around and experiment with that. So I'm just going to have to make like a little drawing diagram or something of my little lighting diagram, what to go with, what style I want to play around with. Right now, I think the set is pretty good right now. Sorry. So yeah, and also not only that, but oops, sorry. The camera also, like how you set it up, will react to light in a certain way. So if you set your ISO or something like that, it just depends on how much light it is. Anything, not only that, but the rule is when it comes to aperture, the higher the f-stop, the more that you need to actually have it brighter, because it takes in so much light compared to like a very shallow one. So if I went to 2.8, I would have to, or 16. The difference between 2.8 and 16 is, and how much light needs to be taken in, is just absolutely like stunning. Or sorry, absolutely. What's the word? Sorry, it's morning. It's just that it is a huge difference, and it requires some, you have to know like, how much, how light reacts to it, how a camera reacts to light, and what you need to do. It'll make your life a lot easier if you study those. Anyway, so I'm done rambling about that. Yeah, I'm going to just turn off the camera here. I'm just going to delete that. Okay. Alright, so next thing we need to do is we need to bring in the character. So I'm going to go to my animation and... Oh, I did make one. Oh well. I'm just going to delete everything here. Just delete that. Because, yeah, iClone, when it comes to lighting, it's just more hand-holding, just very basic stuff. Unreal has a little more depth into it. But once you kind of know the idea, like how everything works out, you can do some amazing stuff with it. So let's do C-test. And how to light a scene. I can't really teach anybody. Like, I would look at lighting diagrams, look at examples. Normally I would have like a lighting kit in front of me. So let's just do okay. So it's going to take some time because I'm streaming. Normally it's a little faster. Oh, there it is. Alright. So for the skeleton, I'm going to share it as my Harley one. Because she has... I mean, this is the same character, same character and everything. So everything is going to be okay. I'm going to do import all. So when you bring in the emotion, just make sure it has the same skeleton as your character. It's going to set it up. Yeah, I'd say give it a shot. Give the challenge a chance. It's a great learning experience. It gives you an idea of what to work with. So for her, I'm just going to get that set up. So right click. Let's create a new one. Copy from. Yeah, whatever. Right there. And then the source is going to come from how that works. And let's just make sure that it's a local space. Perfect. And doesn't hurt to report the animation. Sometimes there's a glitch. I found that there's always a glitch, and if the character is like having like moving around weirdly, just report the animation. Sometimes it fixes it. I think it fixes it like 85% of the time. There we go. So now that she's good to go, oh, thank you. Just make sure it's local space, or you can do it in local space here, and I'm going to save it. So now I think she should have her motion. It should be this one here. Yep, that's the one. Yeah, when you import them in. Sometimes, yeah, you would have to. I think I know exactly what issue it is, and I think re-importing it could work, but I don't know. Maybe it'll get fixed or not. But right now, I think I saw what John Connor was struggling with. But I think it works for her. I think this play. Yeah, this works just perfect. This works actually just perfectly for me. Yeah. I've had that struggle before. I think, I don't know why, but maybe reloading the animation fixes it. I don't know what he's doing. I'll have to recreate his steps. And just do like a little smirk. The eyes move. All right. Yeah, this works just perfectly fine. Yeah, it looks like I got my system here. So I'm going to actually just create my point light here. Oh, sorry, create my rectangular light. I don't know if you'll see this video or not, but I would say try when it comes down to like bringing iClone stuff in. I find that re-importing the animation will sometimes fix the bug. It did. I can't guarantee that, but it did fix for me. I did have a couple issues where it was just the skeleton was broken. Yep, that one right there. Yeah, that was broken. Yeah, that was the superhero choke motion thing. Which I gotta work. I gotta really get that production get on it later on. I'll work on it after once I'm done with Red Strike. I'll work on that one. So you want to make sure 32, and let's just adjust the barn door angles by 5. I don't want to. Let's set the intensity to 2, and let's change the color to like a bright. Here. Let's set the attenuation here to 250. And let's set it to 4. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this live stream up. This one I didn't really struggle with too much, and I think this one will work. So, like the last one, I was kind of having problems with, but this one I'm pretty comfortable. It might, this one might be a good one. So, what I'll do is I'll just keep it around and see. Well, let's see here. We can do. Let's just set the height just a bit here. 5.5. And I'm going to change this to a movable. So she has one key light here. And then I'm probably going to see if I can add a soft. Let's do a soft rectangular light. Yeah, I'm going to keep this one, I think. It works pretty well. Everything seems to work fine for me. No problems, no bugs. And there's a couple of useful stuff for everybody. Set it to 4. And let's set the radius to 250. And let's just set the right here. And set the, let's see what happens. And let's try here a little bit more. And let's just set the intensity to maybe like 8 or so. And all right, yeah, that'll work. And let's just bring in the camera. Okay, let's do a 50 prime lens. Set my exposure. And let's try here. I'm gonna just bullshit on the camera settings. Let's do 48. Golden rule, always have your shutter speed. The average is usually just 48. Oof. Ugh. I'm just cheating. This is my version of cheating. Exposure compensation. When in doubt, just use the exposure compensation. Or just set your lights better, I guess. But I'm lazy. I'm just kind of lazy right now, and this is just a test animation. Okay. Let's actually make sure that she is focused. So let's draw a debug focus plane. So it'll be 256. Let's try that there. Okay. And make sure the distortion is 0.5. Okay. And I think the aperture was 4. Weird. Yeah, I'll show you what I mean by this lighting thing. Whoops. Never mind. Yeah, that works. I think that works fine. Let's save it. Save all. Did I ever, I wonder if I put console variables into this thing. I always save before I render because sometimes it crashes and I have to do everything again. And it gets kind of annoying. Ooh. Okay, so this one here. So I'm just gonna save all pretty much save everything here. Save all, will save all the material stuff. So I probably haven't changed much since this morning. The next thing I'm going to cover is I'm going to cover the layer system. And this is kind of critical for anybody who wants to do any compositing. I'll show you how to do it as soon as everything's done saving. The shaders here are just a little wacky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to take this actor and put her on a separate layer. So when you're rendering, like, let's say an EXR file for compositing in After Effects, she's going to be split up from the other layer. She's going to have her own layer. This is pretty useful if you have anyone with superpowers. I've done it with comets. I've done it with I've kind of done it with some like visual effects. I've done it in a vampire movie where I'll show you what kind of effects I was doing while this thing is saving. So I'm going to go to my channel here. While this is saving, so I'll show you kind of quick examples. So a little ray tracing there. Stuff like this. I've done it for this production here. She's her own layer. Same with this character. So, but then she'll be doing like thunderbolts and in my final version, which I gotta pull myself together and get that done. Let's see. I created the sparks in Unreal. I had it bounce off the table. And she is also runs on the same idea. Basically, I created a layer, made this avatar very small. And then I brought her into the Unreal Engine and basically created her own layer. So, like anything with holograms, and then I brought it I brought the layer thing into the movie render queue, exported it, brought it into After Effects, and then created this hologram effect. So anything with a see-through you want to render twice. You want to render with the background and without the background. So for her, yeah, this is just a simple hologram effect I've done in After Effects. But the character itself was an Unreal thing. So that way I can, not only that, but I could also move the camera around just in case and render it twice, and it makes easy compositing. Alright, so now she's done. So to get this layer effect, we're going to, there's a tab called Layers. You're going to select your actor and then add selected actors to new layer, and then I'm going to call it Harley. And now Harley is now her own her own layer. So I can render as much as I want. With Harley, without, without. Just like that. So when we go to the movie render queue, I'm going to go to HQ export. The console variables are pretty important. Actually, I should just delete that there. I don't need it. I have motion blur quality, separation, tone mapper. I might have a couple other things. There's usually a list. Let's see. This is my list here. I'll kind of pause it for anybody who needs it. I'll probably just... I wonder if I don't know if I can send it here. I'll just put it in the chat. So... Oh, it exceeds the maximum. I don't know if I can send files to. So let's just use an example that I don't use. Let's see. Let's just do shadows here. So I'm going to copy paste this and then add and then just delete that, and then I'm just going to set it to 2. And that's really it. What it does is it's going to create my shadow, or sorry, it's just going to increase the quality of your rendering. EXR here, I go with 32-bit processing materials. And this is where the layer thing will work. So you want to make sure you add a default layer, and then we're going to do a Harley. So what it does is when you save an EXR file, it's going to combine everything in one file, and it's going to have, and not only that, but it's also including the layers. So for example, when I did, let's see if I can find it here in After Effects. Yeah, whatever. Let's do that. So I'll give you an example here with, yeah, let me just quickly just put this in here. Put this in a text file. In fact, actually, I'll tell you what. I'm going to update my my description here for you guys. And this is my movie render queue settings here, so it'll be down below. And no, it's not made for. There we go. There. So I just updated the description with my settings here for you guys, so you can take it and put it into a text file. This is my standard, what I work with. And I'm not really good, so I'm just going to delete that and show you. So that's really what to do with stencil layers. Pretty useful for compositing. So let's go into After Effects, and I'll just do something called Comet's Rage. So you see here, she split in because, you know, what I did here, and hopefully I don't save it, is that she has her own separate layer. So this here, so she will be here, and I'll show you. So if I delete this here, she has her own separate layer. Same thing for this. So you see that compared to that, and that's what the CXR file will do. It's going to separate everything into a single layer, so you could do compositing, or if you have a superhero. This is pretty useful. I've used it a lot, and it's pretty much done through Unreal. Blender does it too. You just kind of separate everything in its own little layer. So if anyone was, I was really curious about that. And then the next thing you need to do is, I don't want to do this. This might crash my system. Whatever. Let's try. So. And I'm just going to put this under Harley Quinn, and then just run through a test render. select folder, make sure it's 24, and what I'm going to do is I might just do I'll probably do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select anti-aliasing. I'm not going to do anything with this because it screws up the hair cards. And I'm just going to render it to 85 and let the warm up count to 85. And see what that does. And I'm rendering local. So it just always set it up before you render. Make sure your camera is locked in. Try it again. So it should render for her. Alright, let's see what she looks like in After Effects or Premiere. I wonder if weird. There's little artifacts here. Anyway, I think that might be because of the camera. Huh. Yeah, it has to be because of the camera. Might be a bug. I might have to go and message him about that. Because if I tried this with another camera, and let's do that, and let's just make a new camera. Might be a new camera here. Oh. Didn't know that bug before. Anyway, let's try 50 and let's try city. Okay. Lock it into place. File it. Okay. It's doing it too. Ah. Is it because of the lighting? Is it? I'm curious to know what that is. So it's not the camera. Definitely it's not the camera. Definitely. Worth a look. Could be constantly the artifacts. C'est moi, blasphemy. Is it the lumen? Is it lumen that's causing it? Is it my... What could be possibly causing this issue? Looks like I have a mystery. We have mysteries afloat. Maybe. Yeah, it's kind of running into another effect here. I don't know what it could be. What could cause this little thing? Is it my... Wounds in the back? I don't know. Antibiotics. Yeah, there. Area movement. Ghosting. Yeah. All right. Could be causing this. Oh, I know what it is. I don't know if this is going to work. We've had issues before with hair cards. Yeah. Just hit a lot of artifacts. I'm trying to see if I can fix it. It'd probably be an anti-aliasing thing. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Stupid hair cards. See, this is what happens when you overwrite. It's going to have that hair issue. But I want to see if... this is going to cause a problem with hair cards. Or anything soft cloth, the hair is going to go completely nuts. So let's see. What I could do is Yeah, her hair is going to completely go crazy. But it is the anti-aliasing that's causing this issue. What if groom would, if I could have a shower groom? Yeah, you can tell the hair is going a little nuts. So when I'll show you. I don't know. Lighting. Let's try that. Okay. This is me just experimenting with a couple of things. I'm just saying something that bothers me. I'm trying to just Oh, crashed. Ah, that makes sense. It's a lumen thing. That's why it's causing it. It'll probably get better. Okay. It's lumen. Sorry, I've been trying to look into a bug for a bit. There's like little artifacts and ghosting, and I'm trying to see what was causing the issue, and it turned out to be it might be just be lumen. Like no matter how hard you try, it's still going to be there. They might they're probably well aware of it and see if they can fix it. But so if I turn that off, skip it. Yeah, let's run an experiment here. It's bugging me. Oh, never mind. That'll probably be fixed eventually. What I might have to do is I might have to see what can be done. Like about Let's check the rendering. Maybe I'm doing something seriously wrong. Try that. Oh, for God's sakes. I think I fixed it. Alright, let's try again. One more time. One more time. One more. God. Well, first of all, I want to see how it plays out. Good enough. Good enough. Pretty much. Does that mean our demons are coming back again? Is it stupid demons coming back again? Yes, it is. I think I know what it is. Click. Yeah, screw it. Let's do it local. Oh, I probably saved it under 3,800. God, I at least I saved it. Oh, whatever. Yep. I should get lunch soon. I'm getting a little crabby. All right. Well, today's another learning process, so I'm going to keep this up. Because somebody would find this incredibly useful. They could probably just go back to what I've done and say, hey, that's how you fix it, you dumb... Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's how you fix that little issue that I ran into for the past half hour. That's how you fix it. Someone's going to have that. So let's just try again. Much better. So what I did is I went down to rendering. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to leave that alone. And lumen. Kind of did some check marks here. We'll see. Never mind. Okay, it's a temporal one. Kind of having that moment where okay. That's how you do it. Alright, are you going to play nice, Unreal? Are you going to play nice today? Or am I going to scream and get very, very angry with people? We shall see. Except render local. Boom! That's it! Yes! Gotcha! Ha! Yes! You just have to set it up in the project settings. Alright. Alright, alright. This was a victory. So... oh boy. You have no idea how happy that freaking made me. That was bugging me. I thought I had to go in and... but we just gotta make some settings here, and you have to do it in the project settings here. But yeah, it looks like it looks like it's all set to go, honestly. Oh man. Oh. Okay. This is how you fix it. So if you ever see those artifacts, this is my setting. So you go to project settings. You go down to rendering. And this is what I've done. Working space. Oh, you mean I can go up to Rec 2020? Oh. Okay. I'm going to play around with this later on. Yeah. So this is what I checked. You could do separate translucency. Yeah, let's just click on the... oh, no, click off. Make sure that's checked off. I'm going to play around with all this stuff here. But make sure it's at temporal and at 8. So this here, the anti-aliasing method, temporal, TAA, make sure, you know, there's some upsampling here, but, oh, thank God, that was pissing me off. That's this, I'm keeping this live stream because someone's going to have a really tough time doing it. And I'm going to just, like, pinpoint when. And the hair works, I guess. Oh my god, that was so annoying. Oh my god. Hmm. Whew. Oh, yeah. God. Ah, sure looks like an only god fly out. Nah, that looks terrible. All right. Oh, that's gonna be so useful for my filmmaking thing. All right, I think that'll do it for me today. Hope this kind of taught it. Like, hopefully this helped everybody. Oh man. Yeah. If anyone has questions, feel free to let me know. So yeah, animation size good. Set design is fine. And now I finally have something when it comes to actually like setting up a project. So I'm gonna make like a full series of videos, but for now I'm gonna keep this up. This is going to be pretty useful for someone. So probably make like a video somewhere down the line, like do a final test render or something. But if anyone has any questions, just let me know right away, and I'll see what I can do. But thank you for watching. I'm gonna go to lunch. I deserve a nice lunch for that. That was kind of a pain in the ass. uh, uh, am I still streaming? Oh yeah, still streaming. Might be a bug in Shadowplay. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna... Yeah. Anyway, I'll see everyone later. Let me just go and cut this out here. Weird. Yeah, looks like I'm still forced to do it. Looks like I'm taken prisoner by the shadow play. Oh well, hold on. Let me go into my control room and just end it.